Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Em and I know, I'm so excited for this. We are going to be doing a 2025 seed haul. I got my seeds here. Actually, I think I received these like 3 weeks ago. I am so excited to open these. I'm also going to be going through some of these seeds as well because I do have some seeds from last year that I'm going to be using. I think they're still going to be just fine. So I'm going to show you those as well. Let's get into these. I ordered from 3 different places. The first one is Pine Tree Garden Seeds. I think it's superseeds.com. I'll link all of these in the description. This one is from Baker Creek and I love the packaging. I'm obsessed. It's so pretty. And this one is from True Leaf Market, which I ordered from last year. They have really great seeds and they have really great Asian seed varieties. So I really like to order from them. I'm going to open these up and I'm going to put them into their own categories because I'm doing something a little different this year and I don't want it to get too confusing. So give me just one moment. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Look at that. Oh my gosh. There's a lot going on over here. Let's start with beans. I bought so many beans. I got black turtle beans. So these are just black beans, normal black beans. I thought that'd be really fun to grow, just like I grew pinto beans last year. These, I assume, grow the same way. Let them dry on the plant, harvest them when they're dry. Done, easy, love that. These are calypso beans, which are also a dried bean, and they are like white and black. They're gonna be so cool. Something about growing dried beans to me is like so easy. Beans are delicious. I use them all the time. I don't eat meat, so beans are a huge source of protein for me. Something about growing dry beans. I love it so much. When I saw these on the website, I could not just leave them there. I had to buy these. These are tiger's eye dried beans. They're like orange beans with some red on them. They looked so cool, wild looking. I've never seen anything like that, so that'd be fun to grow and see what comes of these. And this one is a good old pinto bean. I loved growing pinto beans last year. I can't remember how much I grew. Maybe it was a pound, maybe it was 3/4 pound. I don't know. I'll pop it up on the screen somewhere, but I thought it was a decent amount for my first time ever growing pinto beans. And I think I only used 1 packet. And this year, obviously, I'm going to be using a lot of packets of beans. So I'm going to have a nice collection of dried beans at the end of the season. I got red swan bush beans. I guess they're kind of like a string bean or a green bean, something like that. But they're gonna be red. I got a black Valentine bush bean. I believe it's green on the outside with a black bean on the inside, which sounds so cool. Also, Black Valentine is such a sick name for a bean. I had to. I'm very excited for this. I don't know if the black fades when you cook them or what, but it'll be interesting to see how these turn out. And still in the bean category, these are seeds from last year. I'm not sure if they'll do well or not, but there's not that many of them. I only have like this much left. These are Royal Burgundy bush beans. So they're just like a green bean, but they're purple. I love growing the purple ones. Purple's like my favorite color. Usually I grow a lot of purple varieties. I think you'll see as I go through all my seeds. This year, I really wanted to try some different varieties. So that's why I did not repurchase any purple green beans, but I do have some from last year. So we'll see how these do when it's time to plant them. The next category we're going to go into are peas. They are also similar to a bean, but not quite a bean. I made a mistake and I accidentally ordered 2 of the same variety of peas. This is a green arrow pea. So this is just like an English pea, I think you would call it. I did grow peas for the first time ever last year. I loved it. I did not get that big of a yield. I'll pop it up over here. Not that big of a yield at all. They're still in my freezer. I haven't eaten them yet because there's so little of them that I'm just waiting for the right moment. I think springtime might be the right moment. I believe these said they were like high yield. So that's awesome. Great. I wanted to make sure I got the most amount from each plant that I'm growing since I'm growing in such a small space. If you don't know, I grow in a community garden because I live in an apartment. And this is from True Leaf, a green arrow pea, same one as the pine tree. I don't know how my wires got crossed there, but somehow they did. And super sugar snap peas. These are snap peas, delicious. We had them last year and the year before. So good, so sweet. Excited to plant this whole packet. And from last year, these are Burpiana Early. Funny name, I know. And these are English peas. These are the ones that are in the freezer. They did well, and yeah, I still have some left, so I'm going to use up this entire packet. I also have super sugar snap peas, a lot of them. So I was unsure if the peas from last year, these ones ones would be viable. So that's why I bought more. You can always have peas though. You can grow them in springtime or fall time. So if I have double the peas, then I have double the peas. I think we'll go into root vegetables. This is carrots. Last year I grew Danvers 126, which are kind of like short and stubby carrots. They're perfect for the clay soil I have here in Colorado. So this year I wanted to try a different one. I believe this is an Asian variety. It is called Kuroda. I also believe these will do well in my type of soil. That's all I really know about them. I'm excited to grow them. Homegrown carrots are the best things ever in the world. They're easy. You pretty much plant them and then forget about them until fall time. Not bad. And then from last year, I still have Danvers 126 right here. And like I said, root vegetables. I will be growing rainbow beets and Kyoja beets again. I believe I only grew Kyoja, but I still have rainbow beets. These are like, well, it says sell by December 2023. So we'll see if they are still viable, but I'm sure they'll be fine. I didn't purchase any new ones because I just figured something will have to grow from these packets. From root vegetables, we're gonna go into cucumbers, I guess. And I got a Boston pickling cucumber. Yum. I did not have good luck with cucumbers last year. Not at all. I think I grew 2 of them. I'm not even sure if I've recorded it. It was like non-existent amount of cucumbers. I like to grow cucumbers so I can make gherkins. Those are my favorite kind of pickles. And yeah, it just did not happen last year. So I have no gherkins and I'm really sad about it. So hopefully these will be successful. This is from True Leaf Market, but the brand is Kitazawa Seed Co. This is like the Asian seed company that True Leaf works with, I guess, or maybe is. I don't really know. But this is a cucumber tasty green hybrid. And it is going to be like a slicing cucumber, but an Asian variety. Should have thin skin, minimal seeds. It says that it's early maturing, heavy yielding, 9-inch long fruits, and they're also burpless. So that's great. I'm excited to grow a cucumber that isn't a small cucumber because I'm pretty sure I've never grown an actual like big cucumber before. I've only grown pickling ones. So this one will be new to me this year. I'm going to dive into greens now. They're like a huge part of my diet. I usually dehydrate all of the greens that I grow. So Swiss chard, kale, komatsuna. Komatsuna is so delicious. Oh, I cannot wait to grow the purple variety this year. So what I bought, this is Bright Lights Swiss chard. So this is like a almost neon rainbow chard. It looked so cool online. I cannot wait to grow these. Last year I grew a massive amount of Swiss chard, so I'm not gonna grow that many plants this year. I had way too much. I tried to pawn them off on my gardening neighbors and nobody wanted it, but still excited to grow it. I love Swiss chard. This one is Black Magic Kale. Ah, so cool. This one is like a dinosaur kale, but it says that it's improved. It has wider leaves and consistent dark color. Winter hardy, easy to grow. I love kale. So excited to grow this. From last year in the greens category, I have a decent amount. I grew a little bit too much. So I'm going to do kind of like one of each plant, maybe a few more cabbages because obviously you only get 1 cabbage per plant. This is from Asian Garden to Table. I believe they're a small seed business and this is just a normal komatsuna. It's green. It grew so well last year. I had 4 plants and that was entirely too many, but I'm definitely going to be growing at least 1 this year. I'm also going to be growing the red variety, but it's actually more purple. And I grew this last year, but I grew it way late in the season and it did not grow to its full potential. But this year I'm going to be starting it earlier in the season like I do with all my greens. This is Dazzling Blue Kale. I grew this one and Dinosaur last year. It's beautiful. It's green and it has like a pink to purple veins instead of just normal green veins. It's actually really, really cool. And I'll be growing 2 cabbages. Both are Asian varieties. This is from Baker Creek. It is called Hilton. And it's a smaller variety of a Napa cabbage. Usually Napa can grow, I mean, pretty massive. These are about this big. Mine got pretty big last year. It was a decent size though. And this is a variety I bought at H Mart. It is completely in Korean. So I don't know too much about it, but it says hybrid kimchi cabbage Chun Yeon Gold F1. So they're F1 seeds, which is a really high quality seed. The variety is Chun Yeon Gold. I don't know. I think it's gonna have some gold on the inside. I can't wait. I'm excited to see what comes out of these seeds. From hardy greens, let's move into tender greens, which are more like salad greens. I don't think I ordered any purposefully, but I do have some from last year, of course. This is just arugula. The variety is Rocket. This is corn salad. The variety is green full heart. If you have not heard of corn salad, it is very popular in Germany, I believe. It's called maish. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but I never got this to really grow last year and I really would like to try it. I've heard it tastes really good, so hopefully we can have some success this year with the corn salad. Strange name. This is lettuce merlot. This is a free seed packet. They also sent me one this year as well. So I'm going to be using the seeds from last year so I can get through them. And this one is just a really dark red purple lettuce, and they're beautiful, really. This is butter crunch lettuce, delicious. It's just a really basic green lettuce, but it's butter crunch. I love the butter crunch leaves better than like an iceberg. I'm not a big fan of that kind of lettuce. Let's move to peppers. I got a golden Cal Wonder. These are going to be, I think, yellow bell pepper, just like a really basic bell pepper, just yellow, which I love. I like to have a nice variety of bell peppers, and also I like to grow things that are expensive to buy at the grocery store. Yellow, orange, red, those are all the most expensive bell peppers, so those are the ones that I like to grow. And I have two from last year, and well, it's an orange bell pepper and a lilac bell pepper. I successfully grew the lilac bell pepper last year, and although I didn't really get any big ones, it was still so cool to watch them change from green to purple. And the orange one, I did have orange ones growing, but I planted the peppers way late in the season, so I never really got a orange bell pepper. I got a more of a green bell pepper. But this year will be different. Let's move along to tomatoes. I love tomatoes. We have Prudence purple tomato, and it is going to be a slicing tomato. It should be kind of big. It's an heirloom, and I don't think it's purple, but I think it's like a more of a darker red. Excited to grow that. I was pretty successful with tomatoes last year, I would say. I just love homegrown tomatoes. This one is called Pole Big. I don't know why that's the name, but that is the name. This is also a slicing tomato, I believe. I have to like look these up because I cannot remember. Okay, it says that they're small, but they're not tiny. So I think these are just more of like a medium slicing tomato. And then I also got sun gold tomatoes. Oh, I'm so excited. I have never grown cherry tomatoes before, but I saw a bunch of people growing them last year at the garden, and I was like, dang, those look so good. And I use cherry tomatoes all the time when I make feta pasta, so why would I not grow them? Doesn't make sense to me. So we are growing them this year. From last year, we have San Marzano tomatoes, and they are determinate. They're San Marzanos. I don't know what else to say about them. They're paste tomatoes. They're good for canning. They make the best sauce. I can't wait to grow them. Last year, I did not do well. I had to go out of town, and I didn't have anyone to look after my tomato plants that I was growing inside. So I just planted them outside, and they all died. So this year, we're not doing that. We are going to be growing big, healthy tomato plants, and they will be successful. That's what I am manifesting. Yes. And I have this one lowly broccoli seed. Yes, I'm going to be growing broccoli. This is Waltham 29, which I believe is just a really common variety, and I'm excited to grow it. I've never grown actual broccoli. I've grown like broccolini in the past, or gailon, which is like Chinese broccoli. So this is going to be a new one for me. Going with the broccoli, well, we have cauliflower. This is self-blanching cauliflower. I bought this last year. Nothing grew because I planted them way too late again. I have an issue with buying seeds like mid-season and then putting them into the ground. And of course, they never become mature by the time the frost comes. So this year we'll be doing it right, and I'm excited to have a cauliflower. Like I said, this one is self-blanching, which means that I believe the leaves cover it to keep the cauliflower white, because if the cauliflower was growing out in the open, the sun would make it turn green because of the chlorophyll. I think that's how that works. So therefore, this one is going to be covered with its own leaves to keep it nice and white as it grows. So that's pretty cool. And I have a lot of singles over here that don't match anything that I actually got. So I think I'm going to go through those before I go through some of the new stuff over here. So one thing that I tried to grow last year, and again, I put them out too early, they were weak and they died, is artichoke. This is Colorado Red Star. Now, usually artichokes are perennials, I think, but this is a annual. So this should be able to work in Colorado. Well, it's called Colorado Red Star. Of course, it's going to work here. We'll try them out again and see if we can get anything to grow. I'm also growing celery. This is golden self-blanching celery. I did not get to grow this last year. I accidentally bought 2 seed packets, so I have another one just like this. So I'm hoping I can get some celery this year. And this one is self-blanching. So again, I think it has leaves or something that covers the celery to keep them like a lighter green color. And this one is just a few of them, but it's peaches and cream hybrid corn. I didn't buy any corn seeds. Corn takes up a lot of room. And although I did have some success last year, I don't really want to focus on it as much. So that's why I didn't really repurchase any. And I hope these seeds work out. Let's talk about oniony things. I ordered garlic, but that's going to be coming, I think, in March. I have not got any onion bulbs yet. I'm going to wait a little bit on that. I do, however, have green onions to grow. So we have Warrior. This is from Fairy Morse Basic. This is green onion King Long. So these are supposed to be like giant green onions. I grew these last year and I only got normal green onions. So we'll see if I can grow an actual giant one. This one here is again a giant one. It's called Iron Long. So we'll see if these will work for us. I'm also going to try a leek, and I have not grown leeks before, but we'll try to see if we can get them to grow this year. Moving along back to nightshades, I'm going to be growing 2 eggplants. This is the Midnight Moon hybrid eggplant, and this one is the early long purple. This is Fairy Morse, this is Burpee, and this one is like a longer Asian variety of eggplant, and this one's more like a smaller compact eggplant, and this one should mature earlier than this one, so we'll see if we can get any eggplants this year. Now let's go into summer squash. I have a crookneck summer squash. This is yellow squash. Very excited to grow this. I grew it last year. We did get a couple of them. They were delicious. This is a gray zucchini. Grew this last year as well. Love them. They're a smaller variety of zucchini and they're delicious. And I believe they're pretty prolific. Last year I had some issues with my summer squash seeds. I don't know why, but they were just like not taking, or something was stealing them out of the ground. I don't know, but this year we're gonna get a nice head start on them. And then I also have a loofah. I really want to grow a loofah. Last year I tried, nothing happened, and this year I'm gonna try harder. Let's move along into herbs. I love growing herbs. They're so easy to grow. They are a necessity in the house. Some of these herbs are medicinal and some of them are just like culinary herbs. Although I would say probably all herbs are medicinal, but that's how they kind of categorize them. I got spearmint, which I don't remember buying, but apparently I bought spearmint. I also got summer savory. I love summer savory. I like drying it, and I want to grow a whole bunch this year. Chamomile, German. I did not grow chamomile last year, but I grew it the year before. I still had dried chamomile from them, so that's why I did not grow any last year. But this year we're gonna be growing a whole bunch and drying it because, well, I'm running out of my dried chamomile and it's so good. This one is mountain mint, which I believe grows wild. You can forage for it, but I don't know where it's growing. I think it's growing here in the Rocky Mountains probably, but I'm gonna grow some for myself. This one is comfrey, which is, I believe, a medicinal herb. And I believe it's also really good for the soil. Some people grow it and I think they call it like chop and drop or something like that, where they just kind of chop it and scatter it around and let it go back under the earth, but I'm going to be using it for medicinal purposes. And from True Leaf, right here, we have slow bolt cilantro. Slow bolting cilantro is a necessity, I think. I feel like regular cilantro bolts way too fast for me here, so we're going to try this one out. This one is plantain. Boston is the variety. This one is native to Europe. It's a perennial herb used medicinally since ancient times to aid in gut health, the immune system, and reduce inflammation. I need help with all of that, so this is great. Can be eaten raw in salads or blanched. So that's that. I've never grown this before. I've also never grown comfrey, mountain mint, and that's it. We'll see how that goes. And I have a whole bunch of herbs from last year. And this one is sweet basil, just a normal green basil. This is fragrance queen cilantro. This did really well last year. And I do have some seeds in here, but it's like not a ton. And I really wanted to try out the slow bolt cilantro. So that is why I got that one. This is from Burpee and this is just basic thyme. This is lemon balm, and this is from Everwild Farms. This was a gift. I'm not sure where this was purchased, but it's a cool package. This is feverfew. This is a medicinal herb. It's a flower. I believe it repels insects though, so I'm gonna grow it in a container on my balcony. This is dill fern leaf. We need dill for pickles, duh. This is chervil, French parsley. I grew it last year, but I never actually saw any of it. This is stevia. This is 12 seeds. It's expensive, 12 seeds and it's $3.49. I don't know how many seeds I have left, but we'll try to grow stevia again. I was successful last year, but it only got like this big. I don't know. This is oregano, common Italian oregano, yum. And we have dark opal basil, which is purple basil. It's so good and it's beautiful. I love it so much. And let's get in over here. We have one melon. This is Golden Ginny. I grew this last year, but I did start late, so you know it. So I'm sure you're gonna guess it right now. I did not get a melon, or at least a ripe melon. I got a little tiny melon that tasted kind of like a cantaloupe, but it wasn't sweet. It did well though, so we're gonna try it again. Let's get into flowers now. Yep, oh, I'm gonna be growing so many flowers. I went wild on the flower purchasing, that's for sure. We have Rudbeckia, which is a black-eyed Susan, and this is the Indian summer variety. Beautiful. I haven't grown a lot of these flowers, so a lot of these are new to me, like these zinnias, but this one is the cactus flower mix. They have really weird petals. They're gonna be strange to grow, but I'm excited. I don't know, I think it's gonna be fun. This one is zinnia and it's called Queenie Lime with blush, and it's a beautiful green zinnia and it has some pinky blush in there. Ah, so pretty. I thought it'd be so fun to grow a green flower, so had to get this. We got Arizona Sun Agastache. I don't know how to pronounce that. Agastache? I'm not sure, but I believe that these have like tubular flowers which attract hummingbirds, and that is why I'm growing them. This is calendula. I love calendula. This one is called Solar Flashback Mix, and it is going to be like a blush color, almost like a pastel pinky, maybe orange with a little bit of yellow. Cool. This is Rocky Mountain Bee Plant. This is a medicinal herb flower. It grows wild. Obviously it has Rocky Mountain right in the name, so yes, they do grow around me. I just don't know where, so I'm gonna grow some myself. And this one is going to be fun. This is called Liberty Classic Mix Snapdragon. So these are going to be beautiful snapdragons, which I've never grown, but I'm very excited about it. And it says a vivid mix of peach, canary, rose, cherry, ivory, yellow, orange, magenta, and white florets. Ooh, and then I got a lot from Baker Creek. Baker Creek has a really good flower selection. Oh, these are so beautiful. These are violas. They're called Antique Leta, and they're pink and white with little dark purple. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful. I cannot wait to see what these look like on the plant. Wow. This is an ice plant, which I saw someone growing last year. Although this is like a picture of a leaf, I think these are going to be pink or white. I can't remember which one I got. Oh, delicious. Slightly tart spinach substitute. You can eat them. Interesting. Oh, an African daisy. This one's called Blue Disc. Beautiful white with a little bit of purple outline and like blue on the middle and some yellow. Lovely. This is a zinnia called Pink Senorita. And again, they have really weird petals, but they're funky and fun. And I can't wait to see what they look like in person. These are violas. They're called Bulls Black, and they are black with a yellow center and purple around the yellow. So pretty. Cosmos. Everyone grows cosmos, and I've never grown them, so I'm gonna try it this year. This is Rubinato, and they are a maroon color with a little bit of pink shade in there. Poppies. This is a lilac pom-pom poppy. I've never seen a poppy like this, and I had to buy them. I had to. Wow, so pretty. And this is mother of pearl poppies. These are beautiful. They look like paper. I believe these are a Shirley poppy, I think, but it says that there's gonna be misty shades of gray, lilac, mauve, pink, soft orange, and white. Sounds amazing, so lovely. And then these are free seeds. These were zinnias, Persian carpet, so cool, free seeds. And seeds from last year that I'm gonna be growing along with them. Soapwort, which is a flower. I believe the whole plant produces like saponins and you can use it as like a soap substitute. I'm gonna try to grow them again though this year because last year it didn't quite work. This is Alaska nasturtium. I love nasturtium. These ones should have variegated leaves and I'm very excited to grow these again. This is borage. I love borage. Borage gets massive. I had 3 plants, I think, last year and they took over. So I'm only gonna grow 1 this year. Butterfly pea. This is that one famous plant that is blue. Usually they dry it and put it into a powder, and if you use acid, it makes it purple. So you can bake with it or you can put it in drinks. I haven't grown one successfully yet, but I'm gonna try again this year. These are violas, Tiger Leta. I only have like a couple seeds left, but they are yellow with like black stripes on them. These are pansies, got the blues. I still have some seeds of these, so I really want to use them up, but they are beautiful shades of blues. This is a gray poppy. I grew this last year and I was successful with it. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. It was like paper delicate. They only last for like 1 day because after living with like the wind and just like nature in general, the petals get so beat up. So they're just stunning, but you got to catch them real quick. And then I have one other category, and that is dye plants. So I'm going to be growing dye plants this year, and I really want to see what I can do with that. So I got Hopi, I think it's Hopi sunflower black dye. This is from Baker Creek, and I think you use this for black dye. This is indigo, which of course creates a beautiful blue shade. Amazing. Can't wait to see how this works. And this one is woad, which I think woad also does blue. I don't know. These are all new to me. Never grown them before. We're gonna see if we can grow them this year and dye some stuff with it at the end of the season. Very exciting. That's all I got. It's a lot. It's a lot of seeds. My plot is 10 by 20 feet, so it's not too giant, but I am hoping to get another one. So I have 2 10 by 20 feet plots, and then I hope to grow so many flowers, so many herbs, my dyed plants, and vegetables, and I'm so excited about it. I love gardening. It's a huge, huge passion of mine. If you like gardening or whatever, just love crafts or are interested in a whole bunch of different hobbies, this is the place for you. I'll be doing lots of gardening vlogs and studio vlogs in the future, and I hope that you will stay. We can get to know each other, talk about plants, talk about crafts, whatever. I'm an open book and I love to talk about my passions. Please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later if you want to. Maybe you'll like my content. I don't know. Also, please like this video. If you liked it, that'd be really great. Thanks. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.